Okay, I've got a message here. This is a brother and a sister who come every year, and Ryan has asked me to say happy birthday to his sister Mary, who is 83 tomorrow. Now, I should have written a script for this. I also want to talk, there's a huge friend of ours, and you must all know him, Ben. I know he's out round there somewhere, right? Now, Ben has been coming into this show for a number of years. We were contacted by T. Havard years ago, can we help Ben come to the show? Which we did. Ben's been coming. Now, Juan Lozano and I were talking earlier this year, and we thought, hang on a minute, we do a lot for Ben, organising him coming in and everything. It's like time he did something for us. So we asked Ben, in the last summer, to organise, we never do anything in West Wales, and we asked Ben to organise a show for us down in Pembroke where he lives. And he did a brilliant job. In fact, I think I'm under threat. I can see Ben taking over the festival soon. But Ben, I was talking to him earlier on, and he's going to put another show on for Christmas, a Christmas Elvis themed show down in Pembroke. So please watch the website and we'll get details of that. Now, it's the thank yous. I want to get the team on. Let's get the team on one by one and say thank you. Joe. This is what really makes the festival work. Joe. Fred. Just Fred. Hang on. Fred. Mike. Now this silly twat was in intensive care a few days ago, discharged himself out to come and help us run the competition. Derek, who did the stage management last night for the Elvis show. Hayley, who does all the graphics. Brilliant. Anne and Di run the Fringe, all the Fringe events. Hang on, I forgot, Kate. The legend, Kate. So I want to thank, I normally always do this, and I thank the team and everything, but we've got to go a step further this year because it's our 10th anniversary. So if you can indulge me with 5 minutes to go down memory lane, and we want to talk about the first year, 10 years ago. Can I get this next batch of desperate people on stage? All of you. Phil, everybody, come on. And I'm going to tell you a story of... There's lots of stories go around about how this festival was put together. Being transported from an alien mothership was one, I've heard. Now I'll tell you how it really happened, right? Because not everybody's here, but I'll tell you the whole story. As a child, I used to come to Porthcawl a lot. My aunt and uncle, my aunt was a hairdresser down in New Road when I was a kid. So we used to live in Abercunnan and we'd always come down to Porthcawl. So I sort of grew up with Porthcawl. And I was sad to say the way Porthcawl, like lots of small traditional seaside resorts, had gone downhill basically. And I was living in Wales at the time, and this is 10 years ago, and I didn't get on, it's a well-known fact, I didn't get on with a chap called Jeff Jones, who was the leader of the council here. You're not in the audience, are you? Because of that, a lady called Jan Atkins, who was the manager of the Grand Pavilion 10 years ago, somehow tracked me down and asked me if I was in Porthcawl, could I come and have a chat to her? Now at the time, they genuinely, Bridgend County Council, run by Jeff, wanted to knock this building down. Honestly, and, you know, it's prime land and it was losing money as a venue, this, that and the other, and Jan asked me, had I any ideas for any shows, something a bit different? And we were sitting on a project, and I really hadn't done anything with it. It was a sort of one of these back burner ideas to do an award show for Elvis tribute artists. Because I've always liked Elvis tribute artists. As a kid, I liked Elvis. But there was a pub, when I used to live in London, there was a pub in Parsons Green. It used to put on an Elvis night every couple of months. And they had some really good shows. So I used to say to people, Elvis tribute artists, they're not crap, there's really good ones out there. And the idea was to put an award show that recognised Elvis tribute artists for the artists they are. And that's the Elvis show. Then I thought, well, if we're going to put a show on, how can we make it a bigger incentive to bring some of the top artists down here? Because it's simple mathematics, it's not a big theatre. When you divide the ticket price times how many people you can get in, it doesn't give you a big enough budget to bring the top artists to the town. So the idea was to put a festival, a mini festival. I thought if a couple of the pubs would support it, then we got a mini festival. So that was my idea. The first thing then I did was Kevin. Is that called Kevin? We needed a website, right? Now, Kevin, 10 years ago, before your career descended into the hellhole it now is, due to us, you put the website in.
Yes, what a great time that was. We were actually just sat in a pub, weren't we? I think it was at the Five Bells in Bridgend. And with a gentleman called Steve. And the three of us were sat there, and just the idea came out, and we laughed, and we joked, and we drank more, and we drank more, and drank more. Following September, 10 years later, here we are.
Now, it's right to say that was the first website you put together. You just left the BBC. But Dave Jones, Dave will say it famously, the only person in the High Tide was Dave Jones. Everybody else in the High Tide said, that's stupid, Dave, don't get involved in that. But Dave Jones said, no, I think it could work. And he persuaded Fran and Jeff, the owners, to run with it. And the High Tide got involved. And the Elvis Festival only exists because of the High Tide. They're a big venue, and they put money into it. And every year I thank the High Tide for sponsoring it, and they continue to sponsor it every year. But if it wasn't for Nadine and the High Tide, it would never have got off the ground. Then what happened? Hang on. Phil Rickson, right? Now, incredible but true that this man once was a mayor.
Thank you, Peter.
I got a phone call, didn't I, Phil?
I rang Peter because I saw about 3 lines in the Gazette saying there was an Elvis show on here and there was going to be a chapel of love on the stage. And as my wife and I had been married...
It was an idea we came up in the pub with Kevin one night.
And as my wife and I had been married 30 years, he persuaded us not to have our wedding blessed here. We're in a 4-seat gale, out in prom, with palm trees flying everywhere. But, believe it or not, 2,500 people came to watch us.
I gotta say, it was a massive publicity stuff. And it went worldwide. It was before viral YouTube and everything.
And thanks to the fact Paul actually did the service 10 years ago.
Well, no, it's a Paul flowing.
I saw it, Paul now.
Right? Now, we knew Elvis, you used to think Elvis gospel, and we were thinking about doing a gospel show. But I was introduced to Paul, I can't remember who introduced me, but I said to Paul, what about doing, did you come? I can't remember how we met.
You rang me, I was in the office one day and I got a phone call saying, this is not the most usual phone call. I'm up in my stag, my name is Peter Phillips, will you share in the Elvis Festival? I said, what Elvis Festival? You said, there's going to be an Elvis Festival. And we'd already shared, as Trinity Church, we shared in a jazz festival. And we said, yes, we're sharing this. We'll do the celebrations that the town does. And I said, Elvis had a faith, and you told me he recorded more gospel songs than he did rock songs and pop songs. Sharing his faith and spirituality with everybody. And I said, we'll have a bit of that.
Yeah. And 10 years ago, 10 years later, I'm sitting in Trinity Church this morning watching the gospel service. It's still going every 10 years. The other person that's not here is Norman Harris, the printer, who did the printing for free. We didn't have any money in the first year. He said, yeah, have the printing. Norman's father used to be the manager of the pavilion back in the 60s, so he was desperate to see the pavilion. And we still use Harris printers. The point we're making is, all we've got is a bigger version of the first year. It's never changed direction, it's just got bigger. Who else have we got? Oh, then we got an email from some bloke who was claiming to be Elvis Presley's tour manager. Yeah, that's a good one. And he'd be interested in coming to Porthcawl. Yeah, fine, yes. Yeah, go away, we're not that stupid. You're not Elvis Presley's tour manager. Tell matron you shouldn't be near a computer, go home, right? Turned out he was Elvis Presley's tour producer.
Well, that was perfect, But let me take that a step further. Peter will not return my emails. Never. I said, how do we get in this door? He will not answer me. And you didn't.
We were playing hard to get, really.
Yeah, right. But I think...
Nor did you at those days.
No, honest to God, he would never answer my emails, so I gave up on him.
Yeah, but somebody said, no, it was Sandy P-Shop, wasn't it? Who emailed us and said, no, this is Charles Stone. It is Elvis Presley's tour producer. You might want to answer his email. We did. And we made you, well, an offer you couldn't refuse, to be honest, to come in.
Yeah, come play for free. True story, ladies and gentlemen. Craig and I paid it all the way. Didn't make a dime. And this, nobody makes a dime from Peter Phillips anyway.
Things don't change 10 years on.
But I knew, being a promoter and, the BS artist that I can be, I knew that if we could break the European market, great can happen over here. And this was our launch right here that happened. And thank you for that opportunity that we could pay our own way and play for free.
Thank you, Charles.
Oh, before we go.
Charles, I'll tell you what, the 20th anniversary, we'll pay your FA.
Before I go, I'd like to, on behalf of everybody up here, to thank Peter Phillips for putting this thing together and having us involved.
And here we are, 10 years on. And really, nothing's changed with the Elvis Festival. It's just got bigger and bigger. Earlier this year, the Welsh Government commissioned a report into the Elvis Festival. And they calculated that all the rumours about us not doing it, moving it to Weston-super-Mare, selling it, are all untrue. We're going to keep going. The Elvis Festival really is down to the team who run it, the ETAs who support it, but it's you guys who just keep coming and telling your friends about it. We've never spent a penny on advertising this. It's all built by word of mouth. So long may it continue. Thank you, guys. So I would normally say we'll see you this time next year, which I hope we will. But of course, 4 years ago we had the idea of we fancied a bit of Spanish sun in the spring. So we started doing a festival in Benidorm. And Harriet's put a video together that we're going to show you. Thank you. See you next year.